Gentlemen, you're not supposed to be here.
This is a closed course.
What are your intentions? If you're like, hey, I'm 25, on the track to be single forever, let's keep Snapchatting. Or it's like, hey, I'd love to find a girlfriend and, do some things with my girlfriend and, progress my life beyond middle school here, then yeah, that's what you're doing. You're breaking break the fucking snap streak. Who cares?
I'm with you on that one.
It's kind of fair.
Who cares? She doesn't mean shit. It's stupid. I've never even used it.
I've been iMessaging a 20-year-old lately. Not even snapping her, so.
I'm gonna send it. Hey, I saw your snap, but we can't hang out tonight. No worries. Full stop. I'm actually headed to my condo and breakfast weekend with some friends who you met last weekend. Would love for you to join if you can. No.
Perfect.
No, don't say if you can. We'd love for you to join, period.
Yes.
Because if you say if you can, then she's
She's like,
like,
oh, I can't.
Yeah, I actually
Now it's
can't.
on her.
Yeah, then it sounds like, oh, you gave her a little bit of leeway there.
Yeah.
All right, let's start the pod. We're live.
Look at Rory. He's got the shakes pouring this beer in.
God, having my head my favorite beer.
All right.
Give us
So-
in.
Yeah.
I think maybe we'll keep that in. A little prelude to the podcast. Episode
No, we
what?
don't need to.
I think that was a good.
Just the last
That was
bit.
a good
We'll
conversation.
recap it. It was a good conversation. What episode is this, Evan? 33. Episode 33.
Lucky 33.
All
Finally
right.
made it on the pod.
Is this
Yeah.
your first time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're back, guys. Episode 33. John's sick. He just had a baby, so he's not here tonight. But we got Rory, one of our newer hires. He started, back in September, so it's been
Yeah.
a little bit now.
Yeah. It's gone by.
But first appearance on the pod. You've probably seen him on social media a little bit here and there, but he's on the pod tonight for the first time. And we got a lot to talk about. We got...
Do we? Your computer.
wait, can I-
Seems like you're not prepared.
I'm ready, dog.
Can I say something, actually?
Sure.
I'm the voice of the intro, by the way.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, the
Give it
closed
to
course
us.
intro.
What
Yeah,
is
the Scottish accent. So it was
Yeah,
it was
that's
last year at Waste Management. Me and Stewie snuck on the 16th green, and then she's like, "You're not supposed to be here." And then what did you say?
I was like,
Closed course.
Oi, what you doing? This is a closed course.
Yeah.
He's got a Scottish accent. Were you born in Scotland?
No, I'm the same as Liam.
Your parents were born there.
And his siblings,
Yeah,
actually.
we're
And
both the
siblings.
same.
Crazy.
Brother, sister?
Yeah.
Just two? You have three siblings?
No, just two older siblings.
Yeah. There's three kids though.
Yeah.
Older brother and sister,
Yeah.
and they both were born in Scotland.
Yeah.
And Liam's two older siblings were born
Yeah.
in Scotland.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Rangers fans, too.
There you
Yeah.
go.
But we got the Waste Management to kind of talk about because we did the pod right after
Oh yeah.
PJ memes, so that was only like a day into the crazy week. Then my hole-in-one challenge is definitely going to be talk of the town as well. But let's go back to Waste Management. So
Talking the town.
XO, yeah, right.
Yeah, excellent.
So
Gossip Girl.
last time on the pod, we were down in Arizona. It was a travel pod. It was me, Nick, DJ. That was right after we played PJ memes. Whatever, we talked about that on the pod. It was a good time. But that night was also fun. We went to Jelly Roll.
Oh, that was that night?
Yeah,
Jelly Roll
yeah,
was
we
that
never,
night?
we never captured any of this on last
Oh.
times. Then we hung out with Bob Does Sports.
Oh yeah.
That
I'm
was-
so
Fat
jealous
Perez.
about that.
It was a
man.
good time. I think a lot of like YouTube influencers like aren't as cool in person as they seem, but those guys were.
Yeah.
Those guys were super cool. Good time to
Because there's
hang
a
out
funny
with.
story.
Yeah,
about
tell
what
the
happened.
story. It was funny.
So we go to the Jelly Roll concert, and if you saw in the last pod, the Hey Dude shoes, we did a collab with Hey Dude, which was amazing. It's their first ever golf shoe that they're doing with pins and aces. That shoe and that collab, we're hoping drops March 4th. Still kind of TBD. There's been some issues getting some final product in, but it's going to be well worth the wait. The Hey Dude shoes. First ever golf shoe. We played with them too. They were amazing.
Yeah, they
DJ
are
talked
good.
about it. Like, you actually have really good control in the swing and
Yeah.
and everything. So we went to the Jelly Roll concert. That was a good time because Hey Dude had a booth right across from the stage at
Yeah.
Bird's Nest, and Hey Dude is they sponsor and Jelly Roll's an ambassador to them. So he got a nice big Pins and Aces package with the shoes, Pins and Aces box.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And then we went to
No Sydney Sweeney.
no Sydney Sweeney. That was always Cap from Liam.
That would have been.
I thought she was gonna hit me up.
Yeah.
I DM'd her. She didn't respond.
She didn't. Shocking.
Can't believe that.
Yeah. So we went to the Jelly Roll concert. That was fun. And then we were leaving, and it was like he flew in, did a show, left. Like
Dipped
it was
right
like
away.
10.
This was Jelly Roll.
You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't like a long, very long concert. So
No.
then we're like, all right, well, we were with the Hey Dude team, and they were awesome. Matthias and Toria, they were great. And so we're like, hey, we're going to go to a bar. And they're like, yeah, let's go to a bar. So when you leave, like, the Waste Management, do you notice that you couldn't get an Uber? Like, you had to walk a
Oh,
mile
shitty.
to get an Uber.
Really?
I, like, found this, like, pet store that I walked to and then called the Uber from
Yeah.
there. Because it's like, hey, go to the Uber pickup zone, which was like a bus ride.
It's awful.
It was terrible. So, anyways, but when you're leaving, they have all these like black cars, like limos and guys with cars. And so we're like, hey, we'll go and just grab one of those and go to a bar. And they're expensive. It's like $150 just to go like 10 minutes. So we're like, hey, here's a cool bar. Let's go here. And it's 10 minutes away. DJ is like, oh, Bob does sports. I'm texting him because this guy, he's a fan of Dustin, the UFC fighter.
UFC guy, huh?
So he was like, he's like, was it Bobby Fairways?
Yeah, Bobby.
Yeah, he kept calling him Bobby Burgers.
Yeah.
I was like, who is that? What his name
No,
is?
that's
too?
another one of his nicknames, I think. As
He was
well.
like Bobby Burgers.
Sure.
So then
So-
he's like, yeah. Then he says, all right, he's at this bar. He wants to come meet you guys. Let's
Which
meet
is
up.
like 35 minutes away.
It was far.
It was far on the other side of Scottsdale. And we get there, and it's in this like swanky hotel.
Yeah,
And we pull up. We
Were you
already
guys drunk at this point, or just?
a little bit.
just
We're drinking,
drinking.
but yeah.
We're drinking. It's like one of those days where you drink all day, and it's like
Never
You're
really go over the edge. You're just
Right.
always kind of
kind
tipsy.
of tipsy. So then we get to this bar or this swanky hotel. Dustin's texting Bobby Fairways, "Hey, we're here, and okay, come to the back." So we go up to the hotel. There's like a gatekeeper, and she's like, "Are you guys staying at the hotel?" And we're like, "No, we're just gonna go grab a drink." And she's like, "No, it's hotel guests only. We're closing the bar." So then Dustin texts Bobby and was like, "Hey, we can't get in." He comes out to the front and he's like super nice. He's "Hey, I'm so sorry. We can't get out, whatever." I'm kind of annoyed, and I'm like, "Here's a dive bar." We wanted to go to a dive bar.
From the start. And we
the
had
start.
a great one 10 minutes away from us.
So then we find like, what was it, the Prickly Pickle or what was
Something like that.
Little
Woody.
Little Woody.
Yeah, yeah.
So we find it perfect dive bar, like ideal setup, and we're like, all right, we'll go here, like see ya, Bobby Fairways. But then like a half hour later, him and Fat Perez showed up.
Yeah, because he was texting, DJ was texting him like, hey,
We're
we
going
couldn't
here.
get in. Sorry, we're going here if you guys want to hang out. But
Yeah.
I was like, they're at that cool hotel. It looks
not
dope
coming.
in there. They're not coming. Fuck, I wouldn't.
And this is like 10:30, and then we literally stayed there till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah, then they showed up. They were drinking. Fat Perez, Cold Cuts wasn't there, but Fat Perez, Bobby Burgers. But when we were driving there, I was like, DJ, are you talking to him? Like, does he know we're driving down here this far? I was pissed as well, and the Uber kept missing turns.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, bro, Bobby Burgers said he's there. I'm like, who the fuck is Bobby Burgers? And he's like, Bob, bro. And DJ, I was like, he's texting the wrong guy.
Yeah.
We're going to show up, and
Yeah.
it's going to be some random guy who
Yeah.
grills on his Blackstone in his yard.
100%.
It's not going to be Bob Does Sports, but it was. We met up with him at the bar. It was cool. They were nice guys, super cool. But as I told Rory this story, obviously, when we got back, it was like, we meet a lot of those guys. Sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're not, but those guys are awesome.
Yeah, they were really cool.
And like on the videos, they're cool. It was cool to see them in real life getting hammered with us until 3 a.m.
they were the same person you see on YouTube as you see on like in real life.
yeah,
That's good.
which is cool to see.
And they were like, there was people there at the bar who, obviously everyone in Scottsdale area is there for the waste management. So like, they're pretty well known. People were coming up to them and like taking pictures, and like, they were really cool about it too.
Yeah, like they were taking pictures with everybody, talking to them for a few minutes. We were kind of tucked away in the back corner, which was kind of nice.
Little
too.
VIP area.
VIP
wasn't
at
many
Little
people there. Yeah, VIP at Little Woody.
Yeah.
Bought a table. But yeah, they were super cool guys.
Yeah.
And they were still, Bob actually left a little bit earlier, but Fat Perez and the other guys, they were going to the casino.
Yeah.
Remember, they're like,
Wow.
you guys want to come to the casino? It was 3 a.m. We're like, nah, man.
Damn.
And then you golfed the next day.
Bro, that was brutal. Cause then we left at 3, then we got McDonald's.
Yeah, we got our Uber driver. Every
Uber.
night we actually got this, but the
Yeah.
Uber driver went through the drive-through.
Well, you just like, hey, can you just stop at the drive?
Yeah, like we'll give you a
Yes.
tip.
And then
What a
we,
guy.
we did that, and then so we didn't get to bed till like 4 probably, and then I had a 7:30 tea time at a country club down the street.
Sounds like
That
a
was-
successful work trip.
That was
Yeah.
that was brutal. Well, then I come home Thursday, and Liam and DJ are passed out on the couch using Evan's blanket, like asleep.
It's true.
You and
They
DJ were cuddling?
Yeah, but I did stuff during the day at least. Like me and Evan went to the Hey Dude booth. We filmed some stuff. And I asked DJ, I was like, you want to come? Because he was staying at our house. And he's like, nah, I think I'm just going to hang out here, man. As we get back
Have a
from the
movie
booth.
day.
And I'm like, oh, what have you been doing? He's like, went in the pool, went in the hot tub, stretched, did 50 push-ups. Hung out, man.
the
I'm
life
like,
of a
nice
UFC
productive
fighter.
day, bro.
Yeah.
Nice productive day.
What did we do Thursday night? That seems like a blur.
We went with Attention.
Oh yeah, we had dinner that night
Yeah, and then Friday was an all day again.
at the Waste Management.
Went to the Waste Management all day. That was a blast. Followed Rafa. Barely missed the cut, unfortunately. What did we do Friday night?
That was Nickelback.
Oh, shit. Then we
They
went to...
performed?
Oh, God.
Wait, Nickelback was there?
Yeah, Nickelback.
What?
And he brought Creed out.
No way.
Yeah.
And you guys went to it?
Yeah.
You didn't
Well,
send any videos
it-
of that?
Well,
It's a whole story with that.
Was
as
that when they
well.
weren't letting you in or whatever?
Yes.
so then Friday, then my buddies flew down, and the first night Wednesday with Jelly Roll was like, come in, didn't even check us. We're like, hey, we're vendors.
Yeah, because we have a staff bracelet. Oh, you guys are staff. Come in. Have a great time, guys. Just let us through
in.
the back gate the whole week.
the whole, that night, the next day, whatever, come in, whatever. So I'm like, well, we got a booth here. We got extra passes. A booth. We'll bring in the boys from Colorado, some of my buddies, and we're like, yeah, this is great. We went dinner. We're gonna go there. We had some few drinks. We go to the vendor entrance, which was like around back, and they're like, we're not letting you in. And I'm like, well,
Is it
why we have a
security?
vendor? And she's like, well, the vendors, they've been drinking. They've been going to the VIP, which we did all Wednesday at Jelly
Yeah.
Roll.
We would never do that.
What? We didn't never do that. So we go to the back, and security guy's like, no, you're not coming in. No vendors past 8 p.m. It was like 9 or 10. No way. It's been a problem. You're not vendors. DJ gets up in the security guy's face, and he's drunk. And he's like, you're letting us in. We got passes. I'm like, okay, this is Hey Dude's booth. Paid a lot of money. We got to still respect the Pins and Aces brand. And DJ's like getting up into this guy's face and like, you're letting us in. He's like, you need to back up. And DJ's like, I'm not
Really?
leaving. I'm standing right here. He's all, I'm not moving.
Throwing a hissy fit.
And I was like, all right, man. Like, hey, I get it. No worries. You're just trying to do your job. DJ's like, no, fuck this. We should get in. I'm like, let's go around the main entrance. So we go to the right main entrance because they did say, well, you need to go talk to somebody over there.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Talk to the manager. And
So
me-
wait, this is the place where they have the concerts?
Yeah, and me and Nick were being cool. We were like, hey, I get it. You're just trying to do your job. But at the same time, like, we're here with Hey Dude. We were here all day, a little bit. Kind of a lie. But we were here. We went to dinner. Yeah, we had a few drinks, but no one was drunk.
No,
At
I wasn't
all.
belligerent.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, we actually had meetings. We were meeting with influencers that night at the booth. True.
Which we did. Bogey Boys.
Which we
was there.
did.
Yeah.
So we were like, we got to get, we're meeting people, guys. Like, let us in. So we went around to the front, same thing, but then we talked to the manager. They ended up letting us in.
It was a little bit beyond that because
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys stay over here. Let me talk to this guy. And I'm like, hey, you got to let us in. I told him, like, just like Liam said, we had meetings. Here's my business card. I'm the owner of the company who's doing this booth with Hey Dude. He goes back to the Hey Dude booth. And what was her name? The main girl at Hey Dude?
Nicole.
She was all worried. I felt bad for her. But so he goes and
Nicole.
talks to Nicole and says, hey, are these guys legit? The guy comes back, and I was nice, and I was like, hey, man, we're just trying to, we're totally fine. We're not going to drink. We're not going to do anything. We're going to just go to the booth, get some content. He's like, all right, goes and shows her the card, asks if we're legit. She says, yes, let him in. They do end up letting us in, and DJ's like, man, I'm really glad I bit my tongue back there. Things could have gotten out of hand. I'm like, yeah, thanks, DJ. You really did
I love
that.
when the first security guard was like, hey, guys, like, I'll grab a manager, but could you guys just step to the side in case there's an emergency? And that's when he's like, I'm not fucking moving.
Yeah. What emergency? Someone can get by me. I'm like, okay.
I rate that
And then we
from
get
him.
in, and Nicole, the Hey Dude's like, hey, he just, other vendors, other staff members have been getting blacked. Like, if you guys want to get a drink, just take off your bracelet that says staff. So me and Nick were like, no, we're cool. We don't need a drink. Like, we'll stand in the booth, talk to you guys.
So wait, inside
and
this
the
building, they have
influencers.
people like selling
It's all
stuff?
outside.
Yeah, so
Oh.
they're like
Yeah.
selling on the perimeter of the concert.
Okay, so that's
And
where
then-
the Hey Dude.
And then DJ were like, hey man, if you want to go grab a drink, just like take your wristband off, like just give it to me. But you're still cool to be here. And then he's like pouting. He's like, can't even get a fucking drink in here.
Yeah, he rips it off.
Mind him, he has like 5 whiskey coats
Yeah.
while he's in the concert. Then he's still bitching after we leave. Oh, couldn't even get a drink in there. I'm like, you have a drink in your hand, man.
Yeah, he had
You-
like 5 whiskey.
You were fine.
You were fine.
You had your drinks.
He deserves it, to be fair. But
Yeah, he does.
What did we do after that? I think we just went home.
No, then we went to a bar, remember? Then we got more. We went to that bar then we met up with Daniel. Phil was there, remember?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
you got to talk about the Uber incident. What happened with that?
Oh, God.
Is that
When
talkable?
DJ threw the car door open.
Oh. Well, then we leave Nickelback.
Was that this night?
Yeah.
DJ was on one.
DJ opens the door. I think it was Evan's fault, but
He squished me in the door.
He did squish Evan. Evan's trying to get in the back of a big like SUV. DJ slams the door shut, squishes Evan. Evan's like, ah, fuck, I'm trying to get in. And then Evan gets out of the door, and then DJ slams it open, hits another car.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck. He just
Allegedly,
smashed the shit out of it.
allegedly.
Allegedly hit it. I didn't look, but I was like, ugh, I'll go on the other side. So I just walked to the other side. Then the Uber driver comes up, banging on our window, like banging on it. And then our Uber driver rolls it down. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you banging on my... And she's like, I'm not banging on your car. I'm banging on your window.
Yeah.
We're like, well, that's the car.
Yeah.
She's like, you just smashed my car. We're like, we didn't... Might have nicked it, but it's not a big deal. Not a
No.
big deal. He might have nicked it.
We kind of denied it, and then our Uber driver was this like
Lost
spicy
it.
Latina girl,
Lost it on her.
and the other lady was Asian, and they were going at it hardcore, calling each other scammers, blah blah blah.
And
like,
you guys were just in the
for like
back,
2
like we
minutes,
didn't
and
do
we're like,
anything.
hey, can we just leave?
yeah.
Like,
And so then our person peeled out, and I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened.
Wasn't I mean, he didn't slam it open that
Allegedly.
hard. It's all alleged at this
And then
point.
apparently, at the bar, so my friends were like, "Bro, Phil is a d-bag."
Yeah.
My
Really?
friends did not like Phil.
Really?
Like,
Really?
what's wrong with Phil? And I was like, he's like, bro, he was like squaring up to DJ. I'm like, he was joking.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you not? But that's the problem with me is like people could be like, oh, that guy's a dick.
Yeah.
If you don't know, like I'm clearly joking, like razzing him about hours or work or whatever, people could be like, damn, that guy, I've done a lot. Like that's
It's
an asshole.
it's almost like a locker room environment.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
gotta get used
You
to it.
kinda
a
gotta
little
I
bit.
know
thought it was
Yeah.
like Phil's not serious.
No, and
No.
DJ knew he was kidding,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is why
yeah.
DJ was feeding into it. And like when they first met,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is our buddy DJ. He's the UFC guy, and
Yeah.
Phil's like fucking around, like
Yeah.
going like this to him.
Yeah. So he's not
Obviously
serious,
kidding.
Obviously. So then, but then apparently one of the girls there who Phil brought, that chunky one, and then the other dogs, they go and introduced, Reggie was with DJ,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, hey, my name's, this is, Phil, this is my buddy Dustin. And she's like, ew, I hate that name.
Yeah,
And
she
then-
did. I was there
What?
for that.
What was
No,
that
I
all
heard
about?
that.
She said
That's
that?
red
She
flag.
said, ew, I hate that name.
To Dustin.
to
And
Dustin.
If I would have heard that, I would have been like, who are you?
And Phil stuck with her the rest of the
No,
night?
no. But Dustin was just like, all right, sorry.
Yeah, what is that
Like,
all
what-
about?
Bro.
And then they
And
just kind
Dustin's
of
like the
let-
nicest guy.
Yeah,
too.
he
He's
was
not
like,
gonna be
he
like,
just kind of laughed. He was like, all right, sorry. Like, who says that when you first meet somebody? You, I hate that name.
girls are out of pocket these days, man.
Honest.
Talk about
Don't even fucking get me
Don't
started.
get
right-
him started.
Don't get me
man.
started right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully-
Any update?
Hopefully, I haven't.
He's got his phone turned on.
He's nervous.
I'm
We'll
over
get
here,
to that in a minute.
piss running down my leg.
What would we do Saturday then?
Saturday, we went back to the waste management. You were
Oh,
being
yeah.
a little puss boy.
Oh, I was tired.
Left.
I had to do work. Yeah.
Left, do work, took a
Yeah,
nap,
I did.
and then
No.
I
Knew.
powered through like a champion all day.
You got kicked out though. The sweet, right?
Well, it wasn't like a true kick out.
Was that the day you were getting your jersey hung up on the rafters?
Yeah,
that
it was.
performance?
It was because that. I mean, we
That
drank.
was day 4. Or
We
something?
drank Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Good
Saturday.
work trip.
Work trip, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were with meetings. It's kind of one of the.
with meeting.
It was one of those things where, like, you're with influencers, other golf.
It's
people.
everyone's kind of drinking.
Yeah, everyone's drinking. It's not like you got blacked every night, but you
Yeah.
have beers, and it takes a toll on the body. So Saturday,
Pathetic.
yeah. So do you want me to tell that story?
Yeah.
Are we gonna get banned
No,
from waste
no.
management?
We just all you basically did was had a bracelet in there. You
Traded
took it off to try and give it to a guy below.
Another friend.
He's outside of the suite. You threw him his bracelet. They saw you. They
And
said
then-
you could leave.
And I left. But that
a
guy
little
was like,
switch.
those guys are so, I mean, I get it. They're doing a job, security, whatever. They're helping people, I guess. But he was like, hey, man, you don't have a bracelet. You got to get the fuck out. And I was like, yeah, sorry, man. I was like, I'll just leave. And he's like, you can run. We can do this the hard way, or you can just leave. And I was like, I already just said I would leave. Like, it's already 3 p.m. I don't really care. And then he was like, then start walking. I was like, bro, chill.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not a big deal. I was like, and then I got back in.
Yeah.
But
and then he comes back.
but I was like, I'm not gonna run. Where am I gonna run? We're in a stadium. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't care enough to run. First of all, second of all, it's not that serious, man.
Those guys probably sign up just for that thrill of like chasing.
Oh,
the
100%.
guy
He
down.
wanted me to run.
Yeah.
Like he was like egging me on. I was
Yeah.
like, bro, it's like I'm not gonna fight you. I don't have a wristband on. You need a wristband. I'll leave. I'll get back in, but I'm gonna leave. So it was a good time. It was
Yeah.
a good time.
And then we went to the dinner, and Daniel comes in hot.
Yeah, how was
We're just trying to
that?
have a nice dinner. Daniel comes up on every pod.
Drinking his
Have
Yeah,
a
afternoon
every
nice
pod.
dinner.
afternoon bottle of
And
wine.
Daniel's a professional drinker. Yes, that. He comes in, day of drinking at the Waste Management. He comes in, we're like, hey, we're just going to have a chill dinner. We got an early flight tomorrow. We're at like an 8 a.m. flight. Going to have a nice dinner, not drink too much, go to bed early, meet up with the boys. We come in, everyone's on the same page. Daniel comes in, and it's like a quiet restaurant. He's like, what's up, gay boys? Loud.
That's on
And I'm
par.
like,
I wasn't
the
there.
whole restaurant heard. Yeah, Evan was there. You guys were doing. And then the lady was like, he's like, I'll do an IPA, and she's like, I'm not serving you.
no.
Yeah, she's like, you got to finish that water first, and then he like chugs it in front of her, and he's like, I'll take an IPA.
Oh, that's funny.
It was
The crazy thing as well is that I went downtown that night with Peter. He works here, you know Peter. And
He was on the pod, wasn't he?
yeah, he was on the pod. So I went downtown with Peter, and then I just ran out of gas at like 11. So I left, and then Peter was still staying. And then the next morning, I text him at like 9:30 when I'm at the airport. I'm like, hey, man, you survived the night, all
Was he on
right?
your flight?
No.
Oh.
I'm like, hey, man, you survive? Just checking in on him. He's like, yeah, bro, back in Denver. I was on the 5:30. I think I told you this.
Yeah.
And I was like, you were on the 5:30 a.m.? And he's like, yeah, bro, partied all night, went home, packed my bag, went straight to the airport. Didn't sleep
At all.
got on the 5:30 flight. I'm like, wow, that's brutal. So like, you're gonna go home and sleep? He's like, nah, man. My golf clubs didn't make it on the 5:30.
Oh.
They were on the 8 o'clock. So I'm sitting at the airport currently,
Oh, that is
waiting
the
for my
worst
golf clubs.
Sunday scary spot.
Can you imagine that?
No.
Staying up all night, you don't get an ounce of sleep. Then you fly home, and then you got to wait for 2.5 hours for your golf clubs to show up.
DIA is the absolute worst
God.
with golf clubs. Luckily, we've got a place down there, so we leave our clubs in Arizona. It's the nicest thing to have
yeah.
a set of clubs down there and not have to travel with clubs.
I was like,
You
Pete,
got yours though pretty quickly, right?
I didn't bring him that
Oh,
time,
you
but I have in the past. I haven't had many issues, knock on wood.
But it just takes forever in general at DIA.
Yeah, it just does. And Peter, I was like, you deserve a medal for what you've been
Yeah,
through.
that's brutal.
It was crazy. And
His jersey's hung in the rafters.
yeah, his was, well, he showed up Friday. I did.
Well,
I did 5
Liam
days.
called me that night probably 3 separate times within 2 hours, and he told me the same story all 3 times. He's like, "Hey, bro, what are you doing?" I'm like, laying in bed, man. He's like, "Oh well," and then he just tells the same story
What
3
story?
times. I don't remember.
And then-
I think he was talking about a girl or something.
And
I'm like, and then all 3 times I was like, "Yeah, man, I didn't tell him."
And then the next day, Roy picks me up from the airport, and I tell him the exact same story again.
I cut him off. I
I
was like,
started
"Bro."
telling you, he's like, bro, I've heard this story. I was like, that's my fault. I'll put my hand up there and say that's my fault. Well, that
That's
was brutal.
pathetic.
Yeah.
Speaking of girls, let's check that phone.
No,
transition.
we
Let's
don't-
check.
Stop, man.
Let's see. Oh.
Is there a response?
No, a lot of response, but nothing from her.
Thing is, with iMessage, it's coming up on our phone, but she's busy at work, right?
Yeah.
She's busy at work.
Yeah. Super
Yeah,
busy.
Yeah. That's a joke.
I mean, I think if she doesn't respond to that, even if she says no, okay, fair enough, short notice. If she
Yeah.
doesn't respond, that's a
No,
that's a
if
block.
it's no
That's a
response,
block.
it's a block. It's an unfollow.
Yeah.
It is a see you
It's
never.
over. It's over.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I've already done it to her friends. So.
Yeah. I'm about to join you shortly, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
transitioning, we've got a new feature on our website.
Yeah.
Live. So we're gonna have live customer service. Rory was in there for about 8 minutes today. Nice to see that effort. But you can go onto the Pins and Aces site and click. There'll be a little live bubble if we're live, and you can ask a question. You can chat. We're doing stuff either just in customer service or we're in the new simulator we built here. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And you can ask questions about like, hey, I'm thinking about getting, it's mostly for people who don't know the brand, new to the site. You can be like, hey, tell me about your golf bag. Why is it great? And then he could show you on camera. It's a live feed
cool.
of whatever we're doing. And then with that, we're going live next Wednesday.
But first, do you want to drop a little Easter egg with
Yeah.
live, maybe like code live customer service? or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
It's a little long, but it's easy words to spell.
CS Live.
CS Live.
CS Live. Use the code CS Live at checkout. What is it going to get you?
I got to think of a good one.
I hooked somebody up today on.
I got a good one.
Okay.
We dropped a bunch of new hats.
All right.
You get a buy one, get one free hat.
Oh wow, that's a
All right.
stealer.
2 hats.
That's a steal.
for
All right,
CS
so use
Live.
the code CS Live, get a BOGO on hats. So, yeah, as Nick was saying, we're building this out right now. So instead of coming to the website, having to send an email or a chat, we get a decent amount of those. Maybe you don't get a response, especially because Rory's manning it.
That is just.
But still,
Not
it's
true.
like, hey, I want to learn more about the bag. If you enter the live chat, hey, I want to know more about the bag. Rory can literally take the bag, show you, and be like, hey, this is the bag. It's got the 14-way divider, blah, blah, blah. So we're excited about that. And then I think we're going to really kind of launch that and kick it off next Wednesday at noon. I'm going live on the website, on YouTube.
He's trembling just talking about it.
Yeah, trying to get a hole in
Until
one.
you have a hole in one.
So I'm going to go live 24/7. I'm starting at noon until I get a hole in one. I mean, I think I'm going to get it in the first 2 hours if I'm honest, but I'm prepared to sleep here.
I think it's 3 hours or 18 hours.
Yeah, I think the first few hours, if you don't get it, it's just gonna go downhill. I think from there.
I did say that. I was like, if I don't get it that first 6 hours, I will mentally crumble and I'll be there for 3 days.
Because once you wake up the next day, you wake up on
You're
the couch.
exhausted.
It's like 6 in the morning.
You're still on camera. Jackie's
Yeah.
going to turn the lights on at 5:30.
Yeah.
And I'll be hitting till 12, 1 in the
Yeah.
morning. 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Then you get up. You're sore the next day, too. Brutally sore, might I add. And then,
Might I add?
and then you're just back to hitting balls. You're eating in there. You're sleeping in there. It's going to be tough, man.
It's going to be tough for sure. And I think it's a 3 hour. You get it, and it's impressive. You get lucky, you get a hole in one, or it's going to be
A drag.
A drag, maybe even more than 18 hours.
I think I want to see a drag.
Especially he's going to get discouraged, and it's going to now he's hitting the 18-hour mark, and it's like like starting over. Every swing is like hour 0. They're all different. It's not like you inch closer to getting the hole in
good confidence building.
You are just like it's always a 1 in 12,000 chance.
And
the hole in one.
and that's the tough thing with me.
The odds don't change.
Thanks for filming
Yes.
private phone calls, by the way. But
Yeah.
I am in between wedge swings right now, which is true. I honestly,
I'm in between wedge swing, just wedge specifically.
just wedge. I'm between 3 swings, to be exact.
In between
I
three
have
of them?
one that's like a hockey swipe that I can maybe get to, but I pull it left. Then I have one that's like you really open the face, exaggerate the backswing. And then I also have one that's really get the shoulder underneath the chin.
That was Daniel's
that,
tip.
that Corey gave me that
Oh,
tip.
Corey, yeah.
So those are my 3 wedge swings. That's not helping me in this quest to get a hole in one for sure. So I think my plan is to try one for an hour. Doesn't work. Try another
He's gonna
swing
Really?
for an
Per
hour.
hour?
Change up the swing.
I'm
now.
not sure. I'm gonna see, but I have 3 swings, so you might as well try them all.
So, and also on this live, there'll be like special deals,
Yeah.
promos, giveaways. You're gonna
You
want
want me to
tune
say
in.
the live witness thing too? If you witnessed the hole in one live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, we're gonna do giveaways, other fun stuff during the live. But also, if you witness the hole in one live, you're watching on the screen. Everyone watching during that time gets a $100 gift card.
$100
Are
gift
you
card.
doing it
And-
that way?
Yeah.
Well,
You're not gonna drop a code?
no, we are.
it might be a gift card code.
It's
Okay,
going to be, so we know it's only live. There's going to be a code for $100 off your order. So $100 gift card, good for 60 seconds. So you could have your cart ready, and if you're watching live, you get $100 off. And you could build your cart and get, a polo and a hat, and it's $99. Use that gift card, it's all free. But you got to be tuned in live. He's going to quickly give that live code
Yeah, we're gonna have
out,
the code.
and you have 60 seconds ready to go.
Yeah, we're going to have the code ready. So as soon as I hit it, I'm going to say what that code is. 60 seconds to check out, save $100 on something. But we can't do it longer because people are going to be texting their buddies.
Yeah.
Use this code, blah, blah, blah.
Or you can't be like, oh shit, hold on, give me a minute.
Let
And
me
then he's
make
going
the
to text
code.
their buddy and be like, Hey, get on.
Stay tuned. Yeah. So I'll have the code ready to go as soon as I make that hole in one, probably pretty quickly. Everyone watching is going to get that code.
I mean, who knows? It could happen in the first hour.
That's
then,
the crazy thing
you know.
about it. I could get it in the first hour. I could be there for 100 hours. That's the scary part, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you got to beat Jersey Jerry. That's the main
That's
thing.
probably my goal, but
That's
yeah.
probably your goal?
no, it is my goal. But at the same time, one of the Adele guys is like, hey, his simulator was a little bit friendly. I don't know if that's true. Supposedly the one that they have is like really dialed in. It's got to
Yeah.
be perfect. So I don't know, but still, I think I'm all right at golf. But
I mean,
I'm
you've
scared.
probably done, a few, maybe like 150 swings
I
over
think
the
I've done
past
about
few days?
150 swings over the last few days, messing around on the live, practicing a little bit. I don't want to practice too much. I don't want to cheat. And I haven't had one come close. I did have
Yeah.
one yesterday with Rory that zipped past it like a million miles an hour, but it was like a foot right,
I don't know about a foot. It might have even been
a
closer.
couple inches maybe. It was zipping though, so I think
Yeah.
if it hit it, I don't even know if it would have gone in. It probably would have hit the flag and bounced, but I don't know. Simulators are weird. But I hope I can get some support, people around there watching.
Yeah, I want to come in and kind of chirp you, maybe get some drinks going.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this stream as well, it's not just going to be on an iPhone. So we've been working with the stream agency for the customer service, but also utilizing it on this stream. So we're going to have like me hitting on one side of the camera, the actual simulator screen, and the couch. So it's going to be like a legit stream.
Yeah.
It's going to look very professional. Probably the best stream we've ever done, for sure. It's not just going to be a phone or an iPhone. So it's going to look really good. I think it's going to be entertaining to watch. My emotions are probably going to be on a roller coaster.
Are you going to have it live
It's-
while you're sleeping too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep live on there. I'm going to turn it to the couch cam, we call it. I'm just going to sleep on the couch, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean,
Couch scene.
we'll have like I know Rafa's gonna FaceTime.
Yeah,
Liam.
Rafa's-
He's gonna be in a dark spot when it's just by himself.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun the first 4 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's there. Everyone's
Cheering
cheering
you
in.
on.
Everyone's
Hey man,
watching.
see ya. We're going home.
When everyone
You know,
leaves for the
when
night,
he's leave and
Yeah.
he's in there at 9 o'clock at night by himself in the spooky warehouse by himself
Yeah.
It's-
Look at his
in the ghetto over here.
that's going to be when I'm at my low point, is when everyone leaves for the
He's
night.
already-
I'm there. I'm trying to sleep. There's a camera on me. Or I wake up and it's just me and Jackie at 6 in the morning and I'm back to hitting
What are we
balls.
gonna see there?
Yeah.
Honestly. It's going to be bad. It's going to be fun while you guys are there. We're all having a laugh, having some drinks. But when you guys leave
Having some drinks.
and I'm stuck living in that hellhole, it's not going to be fun, man.
It's gonna be good.
This is payback, to be fair.
I'm going hard for the first 8 to 12 hours. Like, I'm hitting a lot of balls.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah,
I'm
how many
gonna-
do you think you're going to be able to
I
do?
think in an
that first-
hour, I'm going to try to hit 100 balls an hour for 8
I
hours.
think you need to get like all the same ball, so you know it's not different between the Nike and the
No,
Brit.
fuck
You know,
no.
you
I'm
need
gonna-
like all the new Pro Vs.
I'm going to throw those out. I'm going to open up a whole new pack of balls. I'm going to hit 100 balls an hour for 8 hours, 800 shots. I think I can get it in the first 800 shots.
I mean, the
Not a lot of.
the statistics are against you there.
1 in 12,500.
So
Yeah,
And
but
I-
that's
You got
like
less
for a
than a
shitty
1%
golfer, not someone with
I've
pure.
never had a hole in one.
Yeah, but you don't play a lot of simulator golf. It's easier. You're reloading. The nice thing is it's probably a wedge swing, so it's not like I'm doing a full swing every time, hurting the body. It's more like a light 60-degree.
However, you got to sell it, man.
yeah, is Mike coming in to help you out?
He
if it
is
gets-
coming at 8 p.m.
So he's a physio basically.
Yeah, Mike's, and he comes in a lot. He sees me like once a week, once every other week. I had hip surgery, so he kind of rubs me out,
5 years ago.
gives me a little massage. It was a
Mike
year and a
still
half.
That was
comes there.
awkward last weekend, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Oh, let's tell that story. So
What
our
happened?
physio
Yeah,
Mike will be on the live stream giving me a rub
Rub
down.
down.
Give me a zinni.
So last Saturday, Mike came to my house at 8 in the or it was like 10 in the morning,
Yeah, bro. I don't know why she was still there.
and he like usually he just comes himself, obviously. But
well,
his
he was
wife
supposed to come out.
busy.
Yeah, whatever.
His wife was busy, so he brought his daughter, who's like 6 years old,
Was
so
she
it's
6?
Mike and
She
his
seemed pretty
daughter.
mature for like.
maybe 7.
to your house?
Yeah, it's
Remy's
cool. Like
age?
yeah, she's like Remy's age.
No,
I-
she was nice.
I know Mike pretty well. So his daughter was there. She's just sitting on the couch watching her iPad as Mike's doing physio work. And I text Rory. I'm like 10 minutes before he showed up. I'm like,
10
"Hey, man."
minutes. Good warning, man.
I'm like, hey man.
Good warning.
I'm like, hey man, Mike's about to be here with May, his daughter. You better get that chick out of your room.
You better.
And he doesn't. So Mike shows
Well, I was
up.
standing over
Well,
the.
what's wrong with that? Why can't he have a
Well,
girl?
it was
Well, it's
just
just
funny because like Rory's kicking her out. May's there at the daughter, 7 years
so
old.
awkward.
Mike's there. She walks out of the room.
Well,
and
no, I
Mike-
came out and told Mike
Yeah, Mike,
first.
yeah, Rory's like, "Hey, Mike, just so you know, man, there's a girl here. She's about to leave, but
Just didn't want it to.
I don't know how you want to handle that." And
He's like,
Mike's-
well, is it going to be awkward? I'm like, yeah, it's going to be awkward.
You guys
be
make
honest-
it awkward.
to be honest, yes, it's gonna be awkward. So then she walks out of the room, and Mike's like, "Hey,"
No, Mike, he was just, he didn't even look over. He was just rubbing you down. He did a good move by
and then
that.
sees the little kid. She leaves. It was.
And then you're like,
whatever.
hey, blah. I'm not going to leak her name out.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
Yeah.
funny story. This is a funny story. So at CSU, similar to this, I go home with this girl at the bar, and
Scumbag.
Wow.
yeah, and she lived. I was like, this is kind of a weird place for a college kid to live. This is this is like a home. Like this is in a neighborhood, like a residential neighborhood.
No. Are you
No,
sure
no,
you
no.
know
She
this?
wasn't in high school. Wasn't a high schooler. She was in school. I kind of knew her. School. So I'm like, this is kind of weird. And go home. Whatever. She's lives in the basement. I'm like, oh, all right, maybe like she's got the basement to herself. Her roommates have the upstairs. No problem.
No
The
problem.
next morning, and I actually, ironically, I drove there because I was like, I hadn't probably been drinking, but I drove to the house. We drove there.
He's not helping himself
No
out here at
problem.
all.
Walked in, no problem. Got a water, went downstairs. It was fine. Next morning at like 7, I'm like, this is early in college, She's like, hey, you got to leave. And I was like, why? Like, okay, but why? And she's like, and I wouldn't go up the stairs. And I was like, why? Why can't I go up the stairs?
This is right when you walked in, or what?
This is the next morning.
Oh.
Like, everything's fine. But the next morning, it's like, hey, you got to leave. And you gotta like.
You were hoping for brunch and like.
I was hoping, like brunch or
Round
whatever.
2.
Yeah, I was like, this is what's the big deal? And so then I just hear it's crazy. I hear this like yelling, like Katie, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
what's going on? She's like, you gotta leave. You gotta go out the window right now.
No, not the window.
Fuck that.
I hear this guy open the door, stomping down the stairs, and I've got like. I gotta get my shit
Yeah,
together.
putting
I still
your
have
jeans
shit
on
there.
and shit.
I go through, I bust through the screen, I go up the window well, get out, my
Oh my
car's
God.
out front. I get into my car and I
Ugh.
see like this buff dude shirtless coming out of the front door as I'm getting in my car. And I like
Oh.
Oh
peel
no.
off, right? I got her number.
I got a number.
I was like, what was that all about?
give me
I
your
was
number
like, I think I
quick.
still had some stuff there. I was like, what was that all about? And she's like, oh yeah, that was my dad, and we're Mormon, and
Oh.
like I can't have anyone over to the house, and
Oh.
it was like a scene. I was like, it sounds like
Good
a
thing
lot
you were
more
just
mild, but
soaking,
in
right?
The time, bro, I was like, what what was going
Oh
on?
no.
Yeah,
A
So-
Mormon dad?
and I was like, so what happened? And I was like, she's like, oh well, I just told her my friend stayed over and like left, and I was I was like, he saw me leave, like in the
Pulling
car.
on his
Yeah.
jeans,
That's
buckling his belt.
Yeah, and I've never talked to Katie again, but kind of
That's
scary.
brutal.
Yeah, it was a scary time. It's
Mormons,
something that would
man.
happen to you. I could see
Yeah.
you just being in a hell of a state and something like that.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened to me. Actually, one time I was leaving a house, there was another guy involved, another character, but we
What do you mean by that?
another guy. We don't need a whatever. We're leaving, and for some reason she was like, "Oh yeah, leave out the like." In Colorado, I've never been in a basement before, obviously.
Like they have
but,
the side doors.
like you can like climb out of the little things.
Yeah, that's
or
what I
whatever.
did. The window well. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I did.
forgot what they're called. I'm putting on like I think I was wearing cowboy boots or something. We were wearing it to the concert the night before. I climb out. I'm walking into the Uber, and then a guy walking his dog across the street. He's like, "You guys just robbed that place?" I was like, Does it look like I robbed this place? I'm not wearing anything. He's like, No, I think you guys just robbed that place. And I was like,
Was there a couple people leaving with you?
yeah, it was one other guy.
Oh,
And they're like, "Nah, man, we didn't rob it." And he was like, "Oh, well, it seems like you guys might have robbed the place." I'm like, "Yeah, I robbed this house in my cowboy boots and my tucked-in shirt, man."
And I have nothing
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
hands.
yeah.
Wait, why did you guys have to go out the window?
I don't know. Maybe her like a guy roommate was there or something. Maybe she was hiding something from me. I don't know. That girl's pretty crazy though. Still talking.
That is down bad. Still talk to her though.
Yeah, still thought, of course he
Let
does.
me
I
have
like to
that
string them on a
Go
little
on
bit.
the Rolodex.
one. What a
Yeah.
scumbag.
So
Wow. All right. Well, I think that's it for this episode.
I think that's it. Just tune in next week, and I think too. I'd say I want to do the podcast. I think we might do them live.
Yeah, live podcast. I think that'd be fun.
Huh?
Never mind.
Evian doesn't have anything to say, but I think we should do them live. And you
What?
can go to the site, the podcast.
Oh yeah.
And we'll have customer service chat. You got to chat. You want to tune into the pod. I think people will be engaged.
Yeah.
with
So
that.
I think kind of starting now. We'll probably do in 2 weeks. We'll do the pod live at a certain time. Maybe keep it the same time. Maybe push it later. Yeah, you can watch it live, or we can post it later. You can watch it later as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people have wanted it live, so this will be an easy way to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be fun. We can also do it in the simulator room.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not a good.
We have
Sit
this,
on the
That's a
couch.
good idea. Yeah, but
you can take the table.
you
up
can put the
there.
table up there and set it up.
We'll figure it out, but just keep your eyes peeled for the live podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks for
Thanks
watching,
for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Rory.
Rory will probably be back on.
Yeah, he'll be back on, and
Says
support
more than
me
John.
next week on the hole-in-one challenge, please.
Good luck,
Chirp
Liam.
'em.
Brutal.
Chirp them.
Yeah. Show
All
how
right.
good my swing is.
We'll see you guys. We'll be live on what? The website, Twitch,
YouTube, a little
YouTube,
bit of Instagram.
partially Instagram, and
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See
All
you
right.
guys
Yeah.
next time.
See ya.